How do you get revenge on someone who ruined your entire childhood, caused the deaths of your siblings, and never once said sorry? You wait 13 years, and when the time is right, you make sure they lose everything. This isn't just a story of revenge. It's about justice and how I became the final judge, jury, and executioner for the woman who called herself my mother. If you've ever dreamed of holding someone truly accountable for all the pain they've caused, hit that like button, subscribe, and get ready for one of the most devastating revenge stories you'll ever hear. My mom always said I was the demonic hellspawn. That's what she called me when I was just a toddler, because I acted out after my little brother Mark was born. But I changed. My grandparents taught me love, patience, kindness. I learned to be a good big brother. My mom didn't care. She abandoned me emotionally, mentally, and physically, dumped me on my grandparents, and treated Mark like the golden child. By the time I was 13, she had 2 more kids with her new husband. I was beaten for showing independence. My stepdad used his fists. My mother watched. Every weekend when my grandparents left, she'd use me like a worker, cleaning gutters, climbing trees, doing her housework. I wasn't a son, I was a disposable tool. And then came Alicia. I was 14. My mother asked me and Mark to watch 2-year-old Alicia. Stepdad was busy playing video games. Suddenly, she was gone. We ran around the house in panic. No one thought to check the pool until it was too late. Alicia was pulled out of the water, not breathing. My mom screamed while trying CPR. That night, they pulled the plug. Mark and I blamed ourselves for years. CPS got involved. My dad fought for custody and won. But Grandma sided with Mom. She fought back and won. We were thrown back into the same hell. Fast forward, I was 18, Mark was 15. He'd broken his finger and was on heavy-duty pain meds. Mom was supposed to manage his doses. One day, Grandpa picked me up. His face told me everything. When we got to the house, the paramedics were wheeling out a body bag. Mark had overdosed. Mum wasn't watching, she never was. I broke, I snapped. I knew then, I would spend the rest of my life making sure she felt the pain she had inflicted. I started small. I humiliated her every chance I got in front of my grandparents. Every demand she made, I opposed. I wanted her to break. And then fate helped me. She slipped at work, herniated her back badly. When she returned home, I hid her pain meds, sometimes tossed them. Her suffering became my therapy. She started pressuring Grandma and Grandpa to buy illegal drugs for her. I begged them to stop. Grandpa tried, Grandma couldn't say no. I tipped off the police anonymously, nothing came of it. But I kept hiding her pills, sabotaging her peace. I didn't want her to die, I wanted her to live with pain, just like I did. Years later, Grandpa passed. Grandma was going into a retirement home. I had saved money. I was planning to move out of state. Start fresh with my girlfriend. One day, my mom pulled me aside. She asked, "Will you take care of me after Grandma's gone?" I stood up. I looked her straight in the eyes, and I let it all out. "You get nothing from me. Grandma's going into a home. I'm moving states. You destroyed my life. You were responsible for the deaths of my siblings. You will never see your grandchildren. You will not be at my weddings. You will never be a mother to me again. Rot in hell." Her face collapsed. She cried. Grandma sat in stunned silence. And I walked away. I had finally won. Some people will say this was cruel. But when someone kills your siblings with neglect, shatters your life and never shows remorse, you don't just move on. You survive, you build, you outlast them. And if you're lucky, you get to look them in the eyes and say, "You are nothing to me now." If this story hit you hard like it did me, smash that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments. And subscribe for more real stories of karma, justice, and redemption. And remember, sometimes the most powerful revenge is surviving.